Hello, you're kicking off the Sunday's edition of QPVN English News Bulletin. You're with Milinchi and here come the headlines. President Tolam elected Party General Secretary. Law on participation in UN peacekeeping operation required. Vietnamese spices gradually conquer global market. On August 4th in Hanoi, the 13th Party Central Committee held a conference to elect the General Secretary of the 13th Central Committee of the Communist Party of Vietnam. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính presided over the event. Before the meeting started, the Party Central Committee observed a minute of silence to commemorate late Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng, based on the party's regulations and the Politburo's personal introduction orientation. The conference unanimously elected Tô Lâm, the President of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, to be the new General Secretary of the Communist Party of Vietnam. In his speech, General Secretary Tô Lâm expressed his deep gratitude to the Politburo and the Central Committee for their trust in electing and entrusting him with important responsibility. He believes the 13th Party Central Committee would be a strong collective, resolutely lead and direct the entire party, people and military to accomplish the goals and tasks set forth by the 13th National Party Congress, successfully organize the 14th National Party Congress, and steadfastly advance the nation's development in the new period. On August 3rd in Thái Nguyên City, the closing ceremony of the 14th Whole Military Television Festival was organized. The program was broadcast live on the QPVN channel and a number of local television channels. Attending the closing ceremony were General Phan Văn Giang, Minister of National Defense, Senior Lieutenant General Nguyễn Tân Cương, Chief of the General Staff of the Vietnam People's Army and Deputy Defense Minister, and Senior Lieutenant General Trịnh Văn Quyết, Chairman of the General Political Department of the Vietnam People's Army. Prior to the ceremony, Minister Phan Văn Giang and delegates visited the radio and television technology exhibition area. The participating works are of good quality with profound contents, vividly and multidimensionally reflecting military defense stars' performance. Authors and groups of authors have exploited interesting and new stories about the armed forces and revolutionary war, creating a panorama of the operations of Vietnam People's Army in all fields and in all regions of the country. At the closing ceremony, the organizing board awarded gold medals to the authors and author groups of 62 works, silver medals to 106 works, and certificates of merit to 148 authors and groups of authors for their high-quality works. In the framework of the festival, in addition to such activities as a seminar on broadcasting profession, photo exhibition, technical exhibition, and fact-finding visits to a number of units in the area, gratitude activities were also organized, leaving good impressions on the local people. During the ongoing visit to the U.S. at the Pentagon, the mission of the Vietnam National Steering Committee 515, led by Senior Lieutenant General Võ Minh Lương, Deputy Defense Minister, had a working session with the U.S. Assistant Secretary of Defense for Indo-Pacific Security Affairs, Ali Brenner. Over the past time, the cooperation between Vietnam and the U.S. has seen positive results, including in the field of upcoming post-war consequences, a special cooperation area in the overall relationship between the two countries. Deputy Minister Võ Minh Lương expressed gratitude to the U.S. Department of Defense for its assistance to Vietnam. Most recently, the Department of Defense has increased the budget to support toxin remediation at Bien Hoa Airport from $183 million to $300 million, provided additional $30 million for the project improving the life quality of people with disabilities in provinces severely affected by Agent Orange, and offered more than 40 sets of documents for the search and collection of the remains of Vietnamese martyrs. U.S. Assistant Secretary of Defense Ali Brenner emphasized that cooperation in overcoming post-war consequences is an important area in the relationship between the two countries. The U.S. will continue to coordinate with Vietnam to share information, support resources, and transport technology to improve the ability to examine remains of soldiers mentioned in action at war At the sixth meeting of the Central Military Commission for the 2020-2025 tenure, General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng, also Secretary of the Central Military Commission, emphasized we must focus on fostering and training the military officers and soldiers according to 7 days spirit. Dare to think, dare to speak, dare to do, dare to take responsibility, dare to innovate, dare to face difficulties, and dare to act for the common interest. Upholding the spirit, all officers, pilots, flight safety technicians at Regiment 927 and Defense Force always strive to better themselves, dare to make breakthroughs, conquer challenges, fulfill all missions in the new situation.
Born into a military family, as a child, Cuong was fond of stories about dogfights and military life told by his father, who was a fighter pilot in the two resistance war against the French colonialist and American imperialist. He dreamed of becoming a fighter pilot to continue his family tradition from a very early age. Dare to dream, dare to expect, and dare to believe in himself, Cuong has successfully conquered his dream. When flying a fighter jet for the first time, seeing the beautiful panorama of Vietnam, I felt very happy and determined to master science and technology, weapons and material, and successfully complete all tasks of safeguarding airspace of the fatherland. The previous generations are always shining examples for us to study and follow. For military pilots, the task is not only to make a machine lift off and fly, but also ensure flight techniques to flexibly adapt to combat situations and quickly handle uncertainties. Even a small mistake can cause damage to people and equipment. Therefore, to be able to sit in the cockpit and perform simple and then complex flying exercises, in addition to health and bravery, the pilots must master the theory, all movements in the cockpit, and ability to respond to uncertainties. We have closely followed the motto and guidelines in training to build strict and scientific training plans for technical staff and pilots. As for the pilot, after studying specialized theories and passing the test with good to above results, they can join flight training. Flight instructors must have the best qualifications, pedagogical capabilities, and flying skills. To achieve a high combat spirit, master weapons and equipment, be determined to fight and defeat all invaders, we regularly build bravery and determination for pilots, enhance their will to fight, learn and follow Ho Chi Minh's thought, morality and style, and the 7-day spirit by General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng. We focus on promoting the image of an elite Air Defense Air Force Service soldiers who dares to fight, determines to fight, and defeats all invaders. Behind every training flight are the hardships and sacrifices of the staff, because those are flights of bravery and faith, with the will and determination to practice well and rigorously for the peace of the fatherland's airspace.
Participating in United Nations peacekeeping activities since 2014, Vietnam has left a good impression on international friends, the United Nations, local people, and authorities. In the context that Vietnam plans to increase its skills of participation, there is the need to build a solid, stable, and long-term legal basis in this field. Since June 2014, Vietnam has officially sent forces to participate in UN peacekeeping operations. To date, 814 Vietnamese officers and soldiers, including 12 police officers, have been sent to perform peacekeeping missions at United Nations missions and headquarters in both individual and group forms. The Vietnamese forces have been successfully completing their missions, highly appreciated by the UN leaders, mission commanders, host country authorities, and the international community, contributing to the consistent implementation of the foreign policy of independence, self-reliance, peace, cooperation and development, multilateralization and diversification of relations, proactively and actively integrating into the international community, demonstrating that Vietnam is a responsible member of the international community, further enhancing Vietnam's prestige and position, contributing to the strategy of protecting the fatherland early and from afar, even in peacetime. Currently, Resolution number 130 in 2020 of the 14th National Assembly on joining UN peacekeeping operation is a document with the highest level ethics, not commensurate with the position and mandates of peacekeeping forces in the new situation. It is necessary to clearly state the difficulties, challenges, hardships, lurking risks, and even threats to the lives and health of the participating forces. More than 90% are infected with infectious diseases. They usually face water scarcity that is worse than in Cheung Sa, Australia Islands, and the female peacekeepers are in extreme poor condition. Based on the conclusion of the National Assembly Standing Committee of the 32nd section in April 2024 on the building of expanded law and ordinance for 2025 and adjustment of the law and ordinance building for 2024, including the project to build the law on participation in the UN peacekeeping operations, the Ministry of National Defense has issued a decision to establish a law drafting committee to work on the bill. The draft law consists of 6 chapters and 40 articles, specifically as follows. Chapter 1, General Provisions, including 8 articles from Article 1 to Article 8. Chapter 2, Force Building and Deployment, including 20 articles from Article 9 to Article 26. Chapter 3, Rights Holders Work, including 5 articles from Article 29 to Article 31. Chapter 4, International Cooperation on UN Peacekeeping Operations, including 3 articles, Article 32 and Article 34. Chapter 5, State Management, including 5 articles from Article 35 to Article 39. Chapter 6, Implementation Provisions, including 1 article, Article 40. Coming up next, Hội An among top 4 of the best cities in the world. Vietnamese spices gradually conquer global market. Hội An Ancient Tower, Vietnam ranked the 4th on the list of the world's 25 finest holiday destinations released by the renowned travel magazine Holiday Plus Leisure. According to Travel Plus Leisure, readers' strong appreciation for Hội An is not surprising. With its bread and callo noodles among the top meals, this coastal city is a heaven for foodies. For people who enjoy history and stunningly designed old architecture, Hội An is a must-visit location. UNESCO has designated this location as a World Cultural Heritage Site. It was once one of the busiest and most successful trading ports in history. Vietnamese spice industry is quite specific but has gradually affirmed its position in the global consumer market, from fresh pepper, cinnamon, anise, ginger, garlic, and chili to processed and refined products, all are increasingly popular around the world. There's still room for these products in the market if they continue to meet market standards and requirements. Considered the black gold of Vietnam, pepper is returning to its heyday as exports increased sharply in value and are estimating for the $1 billion milestone in 2024. Vietnamese businesses increasingly play an important role in the international pepper supply chain by exporting high-value. This year, we have invested in grinding, mixing, and deep processing factories. At the same time, we have stepped up and invested in diverse technology and products, where we change to suit the market's demand. The market still has a lot of room to exploit, but it comes with very high standards for food safety. Businesses must be flexible according to consumer tastes while constantly improving quality, diversifying product portfolios, as well as building and promoting brands. American and European markets require the highest certificates in food safety, ISO and HACCP. We've decided to invest in a new factory to meet our customers' needs, and the factory in Long An only focuses on producing salt. The demand is very high. Thanks to a strong focus on processing, Vietnamese spice products are increasingly competitive and maintain a solid position in the market. With market space and international trade experience of businesses, the spice industry is trying to achieve the export target of $2 billion by 2025. It's the end of the English News Bulletin today. You can watch our news again at qpvn.vn. For now, goodbye and see you next time.